you
Sure,
set
yeah.
the controls?
Yeah, go for it.
Pilot to ground, Cessna 9305 November on Zulu, request taxi back to Advantage cable tie down.
Number 05 November, pilot to ground, runway, correction taxi to parking via Zulu Yankee 2, suggest Juliet, and hold short of the fuel island.
Zulu Yankee 2, Juliet, hold short fuel island, 505 November.
Pilot to ground, Skag 748 Sierra Papa, West Valley. I'd like to taxi to 31 for a left Dunbarton departure. I would like to have flight following to Watsonville, and I'd like to go along the coast, and I have Lima.
And number 748 Sierra Papa, pilot to ground, stand by, got multiple aircraft inbound.
Roger.
Ground 7 Golf Mike is ready.
Number 797 Golf Mike, hold short of Yankee 1, getting your squad code.
Positive.
And then I'll have you contact tower.
Hold short Yankee 1, waiting on the squad code, can I pull ahead of these two Cessnas?
And number 7 Golf Mike, your squad code is 3375, expect NorCal at 120.1.
375 on 120.17 Golf Mike.
We are at runway 31. We start rotating at 55. If we're not in the air by the second taxiway or the takeoff, if the engine fails while the runway is red, if the engine fails.
Okay.
Airspeed operation numbers, so we are 55, VX 60 by 74, and West Flight 68.
Awesome. Very good.
And I already set the transponder. We are ready to.
Victor, you currently in the run-up?
Yes, in the run-up, 5-8 Victor.
And number 784 Sierra Papa, take position.
First Sierra Papa, we're on Papa facing 5 Romeo Sierra. We're facing the Sea Scout building.
Palo Alto ground, Cessna 494 Sierra Papa, run up complete.
Cessna 494 Sierra Papa, hold short Yankee 1, contact tower.
Hold short Yankee 1, Cessna 494 Sierra Papa.
And
Call sign.
Sorry, I can't hear you. What?
He's going to say the full call sign I'm going to use anyways because there's another aircraft with the same,
Okay.
similar sounding call sign. Palo Alto Tower, Cessna 494 Sierra Papa, holding short Yankee 1.
Cessna 494 Sierra Papa, pilot tower, pull up and landing traffic.
Hold short runway 31, Cessna 494 Sierra Papa.
See this line right here?
Right.
That's the start of the movement area.
Right. So is it fair to say like the runway and the adjacent taxiway is the...
Well, the runway is the runway. That's defined by those two solid and the two dashed.
Right.
The taxiway and the other run-up area are defined by that one, that's movement area.
Huh.
The one solid yellow and the dashed.
120.1, good day. 20.17 Golf Mike, good day.
The runway is the movement area along with the taxiway here, but there's a further level of clearance required to get on the runway. Right? Either line up and wait or line up and wait or clear for takeoff. But for example, that aircraft right there, he doesn't have to communicate with anybody, even though we always do here, because it's only until you cross, you need to cross that line is when you have to talk.
So right Dumbarton and to the practice area?
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's do that. It's let's see, it's 3:49. Yeah, we should have a little time. Line up runway 31 for Sierra Papa.
Well, I wasn't
All
sure.
right, let's get on the runway.
So I wasn't sure if it's for me or the other for Sierra Papa. Ask him.
Final clear.
Cessna 4 Sierra Papa, KPAO 1 Cessna off your right, runway 31 clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff. Runway 31 Cessna 494 Sierra Papa. And we'll keep the other Cessna to our right. Line 55, 60.
Tower Bonanza 629 Bravo Echo at 3000. Inbound for full stop landing with information Lima.
Bonanza 629 Bravo Echo, Papa Tower, intermediate go right downwind 31.
Right downwind for 31 Bravo Echo.
Cessna 8 Sierra Papa, turn downwind.
Turning down. Yep.
Bonanza 9 Bravo Echo, start reducing speed, follow Cessna, turning downwind 12 o'clock.
Follow Cessna turning downwind at 12 o'clock, now Bravo Echo.
8 Sierra Papa, runway 31 clear for the option number 1.
I'm supposed to say again, sir?
Cessna 8 Sierra Papa, number 1, runway 31 clear for the option.
Runway 31 clear for the option, ACF.
Bonanza 9 Bravo Echo, number 2, follow Cessna, right downwind now, runway 31 clear to land.
Traffic in sight will follow number 2, clear to land 31, now Bravo Echo.
Delta Tower, Skyhawk 305 Romeo Sierra, holding short at Yankee 1, ready for departure.
Skyhawk 305 Romeo Sierra Papa Tower, pull up to hold short, runway 31.
Pull up to hold short, runway 31, 5 Romeo Sierra.
Delta Tower 7784 Sierra Papa, holding short of Yankee 1.
784 Sierra Papa, Delta Tower, hold short, runway 31. Use full call sign for 7 call sign on frequency.
Hold short, runway 31, Cessna 784 Sierra Papa.
Cessna 5 Romeo Sierra, left on bar, runway 31 clear for takeoff, no delay.
Runway 31, clear for takeoff, left on bar, no delay, 5 Romeo Sierra.
Bonanza 9 Bravo Echo, car base for departure.
All right.
Cessna 494 Sierra Papa, use full call sign.
Use the full call sign. Cessna 494 Sierra Papa.
Delta Tower, Skyhawk, clear flight altitude 1300, transitioning to San Carlos.
Clear flight 32 Papa Tower, transition approved policy 70303, correction 3022.
3022, clear flight altitude.
Skycatcher 5211 November, Delta Tower, you're inbound.
Delta Tower, Skycatcher 211 November, over Stanford Stadium, 1,500 feet, inbound for full stop landing.
Skycatcher 5211 November, Delta Tower, intermediate go left downwind 31. Skycatcher 101 November, intermediate go left downwind 31.
Left downwind 31. Skycatcher 211 November.
Bonanza 9 Bravo Echo, base to your discretion.
Yeah.
Flight arrival.
What's that?
We'll level off at 2,500 here.
Sure.
And then after the toll plaza, we'll just climb to 3,500 to our practice area.
Okay.
Alpha to continue on inbound with Lima.
Bonanza 3191 Alpha, Delta Tower, right in.
Delta 91 Alpha.
Bonanza 91 Alpha, continue to descend traffic 12 o'clock in a mile, correction 3 miles out to Jenkins 2900 Cessna.
Keep full stop 91 Alpha.
704 Sierra Papa, right to Martin, runway 31 clear for takeoff.
Right to Martin, runway 31 clear for takeoff, Cessna 784 Sierra Papa.
Skycatcher 101 November, I'll call your base.
Repeat the Skycatcher 211 November.
Skycatcher 101 November, I'll call your base.
Skycatcher 11 November, roger.
Cessna 784 Sierra Papa, Fable expedite.
784 Sierra Papa.
I'm gonna go to the emergency frequency so that you and I could talk because there's so much chatter.
Okay.
Because we're out of Palo Alto's hair. But I wanted to tell you something about the thing back there.
Right.
There's nothing at all wrong with what you did and the fact that you knew that there was multiple call signs on the same frequency. That was excellent. Great job recognizing that. But you're number one holding right next to the hold short line. He gave you line up and wait. If you have confusion in your mind which airplane it is, or if you know, at that point the tower didn't say yet use full call sign, right? But if there's any kind of question in your mind, you could say verify that was for 4940 Papa, right? But if you leave him hanging and don't say anything, then he's going to be thinking that you lost your radios or just didn't hear him, right? Because you're the logic would be that you're the only one there, that you're right next to the run. There's nobody else that can go there, right? So yeah, I mean, I think absolutely you're correct in questioning the scenario, but you don't want to leave the guy hanging, right? Because he's going to be like, why isn't the guy talking to me? Are we out of that airspace, by the way? Are we out of the 3000 shell?
I think so.
Yeah, you are.
My heading reference is the San Antonio Reservoir.
Good, yeah. Does Steve have you climb at BY the whole way? Or does he have you switch to an en route climb?
Well, if I need to see forward, then we just, level off a little bit, look at the traffic, go back to
He has
VY.
you lower the nose and then go back up to, but you guys use VY the whole time?
Right.
Okay.
I mean, unless I have to see forward for something.
Yeah, for a little bit.
Right. And then go back to VY.
Okay. I was just wondering. Okay. Well, are you okay with doing the maneuvers here, or do you want to go farther?
I'm okay doing them here. I can also do them like in the practice area.
Okay. Well, how about we do a couple clearing turns on the way to the lake?
Okay.
And we'll just go just a little bit farther here, but hold your altitude. No need to climb anymore. Yeah, let's do this at about 35, 36, somewhere there. By no means do I expect these to be perfect, not even close to be perfect. Steve and I have similar thoughts in that these are, the FAA makes you go over these, but you don't have to be an expert on these before you solo. So why don't you just kind of take a stab at it? And why don't you want to start with slow flight? Or steep turns, or what do you want to do?
Let's slow down.
Okay, let's do slow flight.
Okay. So, Traffic 11 o'clock, 2 miles. So I'm going to do slow flight in the clean configuration first, and then in the dirty configuration.
You could skip the clean if you want. You can just go to flaps down.
Okay.
But I'm glad you asked. You know, most examiners will just expect flaps down, but
Okay.
That's nice to check.
Okay. Mile right there.
Yep, down low. I got him in sight.
My target airspeed is 60 knots, and I'm ready for the clearing turn once the traffic pass.
Yogesh, that was great. Why don't we do just maneuver like a left and a right turn?
Okay.
We can combine that with the clearing turn, and but yeah, great job getting in slow flight.
Okay.
Up to you, whichever way you want to go, left or right.
Right first.
Okay. All right, very nice. Let's go the other way. I know you didn't complete the turn. That's fine. It looks great, so might as well not waste time. You want to remember how to do a power off stall?
Yeah.
Want to try one straight ahead here?
Okay. Right. Free landing check. Gas. On. And if the engine fails here, we have a landing site right there.
Okay.
Right. Have to clean up.
Power off stall, do it with flaps down like you're landing. Basically, you're pretending you're landing and
Right.
screwing up.
Right. So typically I go back to, like, I start with 75, but you want me to start from here, right?
Whatever you want.
Okay.
However you're used to doing it.
Well, I have to go back, like, if you want to save time, I can just go power off from here.
And that's probably how your check ride will go. The
Right.
examiner will say, okay, go slow fly, then do a power off stall, because the
Right.
flap's already down.
Right. So I'm going to just go power off and then...
Yeah, that's what you'll do on your check ride, probably.
Okay. And then imminent or...
Just give me a normal stall, like stall warning, then stall. Yeah, make it stall and recover.
warning. Off. Power. Feet above, we have a traffic.
Okay, very good. Why don't we, I do see the traffic. Why don't we just kind of combine stuff and go into a power on stall? Maybe we can do a couple quick turns as we're climbing here and check for traffic and then do a power on stall.
Okay.
Actually, can I show you one thing with the power on stall real quick?
Yeah.
Let me see the plane.
Okay.
You should probably trim it right after you're done. So, one thing I suggest is whenever I got the plane, okay? Whenever you're moving anything in the plane, be super slow and super gentle with it.
Okay.
You know, these things are made really with cheap plastic to save on weight.
Right.
Just same with the throttle, be super smooth and slow with it. I got the plane, take your hands off. Right, one person flies at a time because then we're not fighting each other. So, we go out for the stall. Look at the nose. So, good job saying stall warning.
Right.
But look at my nose when I recover. All right. Now look at the nose. See how it went left?
Right.
So try to, when you do the recovery, I got the plane, dude. I will give you the plane in a sec, okay? Just relax and let me show this to you.
Yeah.
So you can pass the check ride, okay? So look, power to idle, and then you pitch up, stall warning, and then have your right foot be tied to the throttle. So when you go for the stall, look, full power, and right rudder. See how the nose stuck straight ahead?
Right.
All right, then give it a little trim. Get rid of a flap, and then do the rest normal, okay?
Right.
Okay, you got the plane.
My plane?
Your plane. So why don't we do a U-turn? Then we'll use that as a clearing turn, and then we'll do a power on stall.
Okay. On left? Miles, 300 feet above, right there.
Okay. And Yogesh, if you want, why don't you go away from the sun a bit for the power on stall?
Right.
I see the traffic, like maybe we fly that way, so we're not going up in the sun with the
Right.
stall.
Do you want to go this way?
I was thinking that way, so that we don't face the sun,
Right.
because we'll be pitching up.
Right. Let me see. I just want to avoid Livermore space.
Okay, you're way above Livermore's airspace, so you have plenty of room. They're up to 2,900, so you got a lot of room. I want to avoid the mountains, but either way's okay.
Right. Good heading?
What's that?
Is this a good heading?
Anything out of the sun, so the sun doesn't bother you.
All right. So, pre-landing check, gas, mixture, seatbelt. Your seatbelt is on. Do you want me to slow down, or just go into power on stop?
However you are used to. And I usually slow down, otherwise we have to pitch way up. So I usually do slow down.
Okay, so we gained a bunch of altitude here, so maybe I'll pick like 3,500 as in 3,800 as a new altitude, or?
I think you're okay. I mean, we still got to 8,000 feet, right?
Right.
So, I mean, it depends, how long you take. If you do it relatively quickly, we're okay. If you keep traveling that way, we'll probably run out of airspace. So, I don't know, maybe make a U-turn and...
Okay, let me just take a U-turn.
Sure. Maybe maybe go that way and do it on a heading that way. Actually, over Livermore is a great place to do maneuvers because...
Something fails, we can just land it there.
Yeah, that, and most people try to avoid their airspace, and they don't think vertically. Vertically works great. Is that guy still there? Behind us? Oh, 784 Pop. Is that Steve? Or who was in that plane?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, how about this heading right here?
Right. Or a little bit this side.
Okay, well, I thought that guy was there, but okay.
Right there. That's
Yep, okay, he's down low. There was somebody else at our altitude. I see him over there. Okay. Go for it. Power on stall.
Approach, good afternoon. It's Cirrus 559er, Whiskey Tango, about 40 miles northwest. 7 through 9,000, we got Tango.
Approximately 2,700 as a new altitude plus. To save time, I'm going to select this altitude as a new altitude.
Okay.
And close to well, altitude 12 o'clock, same altitude, 1 mile.
There he is.
Power. I'm pitching up. All warning.
Now push down. Good job. Okay, good. I recommend you push down a little bit quicker to break that critical angle of attack.
Okay.
But that was very good.
Okay.
Give you an A+ for that. Can I see the throttle? All right, you got an engine failure. And let's land near the San Antonio Reservoir right behind us. I know you might be tempted to go elsewhere, just for airspace and stuff. Let's say you're stuck landing here somewhere.
Okay. All right. So, immediate items: gas, fuel pump on, and that doesn't bring up.
We'll pretend. Good job turning it on, but we'll pretend.
Okay. All right. Cool. And then I find a spot. There was a spot while I turn. I'm going to run my longer flow. I have fuel. The temperature pressure looks good. The vacuum looks good. Checking for circuit breakers. Nothing popping out. Traffic 10 o'clock, 500 feet above. That's my landing spot right there. Checking left magneto, power doesn't come up. Right magneto, back to both, doesn't come up. Give a power a good wiggle to see if there's a setting where that comes up.
Okay, it looks like it's coming on, but let's pretend it's not.
Right, so then I'm gonna just a good wiggle to my throttle, the mixture setting. If there's a setting where a partial power comes off or not, so I'm gonna again pretend it's not coming off. Longer check. So if I had more time, I'll run my emergency checklist, which I don't want to right now. I want to fly. Kind little bit tailwind, not too much. Next, yeah, so the next item would be like squawk 7700.
Let's pretend. Let's
Okay.
not do it.
And then, whatever frequency I'm on in, Mayday, 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 Cessna 494 Sierra Papa, over San Antonio Reservoir, having engine failure going in. And then obviously, if I have time, I'll just open the door and,
So where's your spot? I missed it.
right there.
Okay.
Setting stall warning. So I have these wires to deal with. What I'm thinking is I'm going to go around and then land that way. Because I'm not.
Look, just do whatever you don't. I appreciate you explaining,
Right.
but just pretend like this is life or death. And you don't have to teach me about it. I'm just a dumb passenger. All right, just do your thing. Give it a little throttle just to make sure it's still the engine's still there. Yeah. Okay. All right. Back to yeah. I just wanted to test it.
Right.
Which direction do you think you'll land in? Back opposite. Okay.
Yeah, I'm on a downwind right now.
Okay. Why don't we put the power in to like the bottom of the green, nice and slow? Okay. Good job. Just give it a little faster than that, so we stop descending. Yeah, and trim it out. Put the power into 20. We're finished. Put it to about 21, and trim it down. Right rudder. Okay. Take a look over here. See this dirt road?
Right.
Actually, let me see the plane real quick. I think this dirt road is better. I always tell my students to land either on this dirt road, or do you see the opposite of the lake there? There's a little flat area right there.
Yeah, yeah.
Like uphill on that flat area.
Right.
You can take the plane. Go ahead. Yeah. I think these are better spots.
Right.
That has just too many power lines strapped across it. There's really no good path.
Right.
Everybody always chooses that field, and then they get down, they see all the power lines. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would do the dirt road or that field.
Oh, the dirt road, which one? Sorry?
Right below us. You can see some of it here on the, right there.
Oh, right there. Well, yeah, it has like, it's uneven a little bit, right?
It's a little uneven, yeah.
Yeah.
But this place is, not that even either.
Right.
So there's no great spots here. Why don't we head back to the Palo Alto?
Okay.
You can go, max power if you want, normal. Great job troubleshooting and stuff. Do you mind climbing a little bit shallower here? There's so much traffic here. You know, if you do kind of an en route shallow climb, you'll see a lot better.
Right.
We don't really need to go up too fast. We don't have terrain issues. We got plenty of altitude, so.
Right. So I'm going to level off.
You could even level off, yeah, sure.
So getting back to Palo Alto, Steve and I just come in over the bay high and fast.
Uh-huh.
In case engine fails, we can glide to the airport.
Sure.
So do you want to do that, or do you want to just be at the pattern altitude?
No, definitely Steve's way is much better, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, up high so that you don't have to swim if your engine quits.
Yeah, he was like, you know, the club doesn't like that. So he said, like, check with Libor what he said.
Oh, no, I think he's totally right. And I didn't know that the club doesn't like that. I always tell my students come in high and then kind of dump it into the 45.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you got to play, you know, what the terrain is doing, right? You're not going to, might as well be smart about it.
Right. Let's get Palo Alto ATIS in case something changed.
I'm into hold short instructions. All departures advise ground control, departure request. Advise our initial contact, your affirmation Mike.
Mike is the code.
Palo Alto affirmation Mike 2347 Zulu. Wind 310 at 10. Visibility 10. Sky clear. Temperature 16. Dew point -1. Altimeter 3022. GPS approaching use runway 31. Landing and departing runway 31. Use cost for birds in the vicinity of Palo Alto Airport. Reback runway assignment to hold.
I was done. Were you done? Listening?
Oh, don't worry about me, yeah.
Okay.
This is all about you.
Okay. Yeah, so Mike is the code. Oh, Lee. I'm confused.
347 Zulu. Wind 310 at 10. Visibility 10. Sky clear. Temperature 16. Dew point -1. Altimeter 3022. GPS approaching use runway 31. Landing and departing runway 31. Use cost for birds in the vicinity of Palo Alto Airport. Reback runway assignment to hold short instructions. All departures advise ground control, departure request. Advise our initial contact, your affirmation Mike.
Palo Alto.
No. Look at your frequency.
Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Just take your time. No problem.
All right.
904 Palo Alto Tower in a midfield left down to runway 31.
That's okay.
I didn't notice you changed the frequency. Sorry.
Yeah, we were on, you know, changed at Coyote Hills.
Right. Okay. Palo Alto Tower, Cessna 4940 Sierra Papa with information Mike at Lake Elizabeth inbound for pattern work.
Delta 4904 Sierra Papa Palo Alto Tower right downwind for runway 31. And verify you said ATIS information Mike.
4904 Sierra Papa, we have information Mike right downwind.
What does the option mean?
Well, I can either land or take like touch and go.
You can land or what?
I can decide if I want to land or touch and go.
So land and touch and go?
Land or touch and go, I can decide.
Okay. Can you do a go around?
I can. I can always do a go around.
Okay.
Oh, so Tower Sky 254 Echo Kilo 1900. Inbound landing with Mike.
254 Echo Kilo Palo Alto Tower. Proceed to Slack. You're going to be following a Cessna inbound from Slack at 2,400. I'll call the traffic once you get closer to them.
Alright, direct to Slack 254 Echo Kilo.
Number 2, runway 31 with the action.
Are you clear on the airspace here? We're really cutting it kind of tight. Yeah, you're good. Option also gives you stop and go. Option gives you 4 things. Touch and go,
Right.
stop and go,
If your light traffic is 12 o'clock, about
go around, or full landing.
100. You can proceed to Stanford now.
Well, even landing gives me go around, right? I can decide to go around.
Landing gives you 2 things. Gives you a landing and a go around. Right, stopping, so touching, so it's hard because sometimes they'll say clear for touch and go only, and then you really gotta do touch and go or go around. So you gotta be careful with what they're clearing you for. But option gives you 4 things.
Landing check.
And 4 Kilo, we got that traffic inside, maintain visual.
That's 4 Kilo, roger. Cessna 8 Sierra Papa, I'll call you crosswind.
You'll call my crosswind 8 Sierra Papa.
Cessna 4 Sierra Papa, you can proceed direct to the 3-1 numbers.
4 Sierra Papa, roger.
Okay, so go direct to the 3-1 numbers, like she said. So turn left and go direct to the 3-1 numbers.
Cessna 8 Sierra
You know what that means? Like to the where it's 3 1s painted on the runway?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's traffic inside 8 Sierra Papa.
Cessna 8 Sierra Papa, crosswind, your discretion to follow.
Turning right, crosswind runway 31 8 Sierra Papa.
Okay, that's the runway.
8 out of 4, number 1, runway 31, gonna land.
894, runway 31, clear to land. Well, 894.
Cessna 4 Sierra Papa, number 2, following a Cessna, entering the left downwind just to beam the 1-3 numbers, runway 31, could land.
Clear to land, Cessna 494 Sierra Papa, number 2.
Cessna 60 Golf, crosswind at the outer bridge.
Crosswind out of bridge, Cessna 60 Golf. Follow the Delta, full for Bravo, holding short Yankee 1.
Cessna 1245 Bravo, Paul at the tower, hold short runway 31.
Hold short runway 31, 124 for Bravo.
4 Sierra Papa, option please.
Cessna 4 Sierra Papa, option approved, on the go, right coast traffic.
Right traffic, thanks. 4 Sierra Papa.
Cessna 8 Sierra Papa, number 3, runway 31, clear the option, I'll call your base.
Number 3, you'll call my base 8 Sierra Papa.
Cessna 4 Echo Kilo, number 4, following is Cessna midfield in the right downwind, runway 31, could land.
Clear to land, number 4 31 254 Kilo.
He's kind of hard to see, but I think I see the guy on the base leg kind of flying towards us. He's,
Yeah,
I think he's about to, you see him, yeah? I think you can go for it. You know, I really like a nice wide downwind like you're doing, but lately the tower's been getting kind of pissed off at us for being...
Cessna 4 Sierra Papa, turn base.
Turning base, Cessna 494 Sierra Papa.
Cessna 4 Echo Kilo, I'll call your base.
You'll call our base 4 Kilo.
Cessna 8 out of 4, left on Charlie, all the way in Zulu, contact ground.
7 Charlie on Zulu, over to ground, 894.
Cessna 4-5 Bravo, right Dumbarton, runway 31, clear takeoff, traffic, Cessna 1.5 mile final.
124 for Bravo, runway 31, clear for takeoff.
Cessna 8 Sierra Papa, turn base. clear traffic to follow is turning right base just to be in the amphitheater. Base your discretion. I do have an extension past the amphitheater on the south side.
Parker Kilo, we got that traffic inside and we'll follow them in. Thanks.
Let's do a touch and go if it works out.
Tower, Cirrus 154, Whiskey Papa's holding short, Yankee 1 ready for departure.
Cirrus 154, Whiskey Papa, follow Alto Tower, hold short runway 31, 3 arrivals.
Hold short 3-1 for 3 arrivals, 4 Whiskey Papa.
Cessna 60 Golf, make a left 360.
Left 360, 60 Golf.
Dude, you are really low.
Yeah.
Cessna 45 Bravo.
Okay, let's go. Flaps up, and why don't you do a touch and go?
Cessna 60 Golf here, number 3, runway 31, clear for the option. I'll call your base for 1 departure.
Touch and goes, typically I just use 10 flaps.
Okay. That's alright, I raised them for you, so I usually do it that way. Probably doesn't matter.
Alto Tower, Cessna 5010, Charlie's ready for departure, runway 31.
Cessna 5010 Charlie, follow Alto Tower, hold short runway 31, number 2.
Hold short 3-1, 10 Charlie.
Cessna 4 Sierra Papa, that traffic over the auto bridge is a northbound departure.
Cessna 49 for Sierra Papa. Traffic in sight.
Cessna 45 Bravo, traffic to your 12 o'clock, about 3 miles, crossing right to left inbound to San Carlos. Descending at a 2000 is a Pilatus.
Looking for traffic, 4 for Bravo. Alto Tower, Cessna 739 Tango Whiskey, hold short, Yankee.
Cessna 739 Tango Whiskey, follow Alto Tower, hold short runway 31, number 3.
Hold short 3-1, number 2, 739 Tango Whiskey.
Cessna 60 Golf, turn base.
On base, 460 middle.
Cessna 4 Sierra Papa, number 2, follow Cessna right base, just over the amphitheater, runway 31, clear for the option.
Number 2, clear for the option. Looking for the traffic. Cessna 49 for Sierra Papa. Runway 31.
Cessna 45 Bravo, pass.
Why don't we try one more landing like that? Normal landing.
Landing or touch and go?
Papa, right crosswind, runway 31, clear for
Yeah,
the
touch and go if it works. If you can squeeze one out.
Cessna 4 Echo Kilo, all the way in Zulu and contact ground.
Go to ground, Parker Kilo.
Cessna 8 Sierra Papa, number 3, runway 31, clear for the option.
Number 331.
Is that the guy?
Option, 8 Sierra Papa.
Probably, yeah. I'm guessing that's him. I don't see anybody else. We're number 2, so.
And they make us extend like that, it just screws up the, you know.
Cessna 1 Sierra Charlie, left on Barton, runway
Yeah, it
31,
screws up everything. But you know what? Just Palo Alto. That's Palo Alto. It's just
I know.
how it goes. Busy airport.
Last landing, I was too soon landing my, second notch of flaps and third notch of flaps. That's why it made me low. I came in low anyways, and then
Cessna 9 Tango Whiskey, keep the upwind Cessna off for your left, right Dumbarton, runway 31, clear takeoff. Traffic Cessna, 1.5 mile final.
3-1, clear for takeoff. Keep upwind. Cessna to my right.
Found some gum at the bottom of my backpack, fortunately. But I wouldn't dare offer you any because it was at the bottom of my backpack.
yeah, and I have mask on, so.
keep the upwind Cessna off your left. They're a left Dumbarton.
Keep the upwind Cessna on my left. Take whiskey.
Cessna 45 Bravo, if you're still on frequency, traffic to your 12 to 11 o'clock, about 5 miles southwestbound, type unknown, 2,600, appears on a slow descent.
Looking for it, 125 Bravo, we have it on the screen.
Here is 4 Whiskey Papa, contact NorCal approach 12535, safe flight.
12535, thank you, 4 Whiskey Papa. Tower 4660 Golf, terminating.
Cessna 60 Golf, roger, all the way in Zulu, contact ground.
On the Zulu, contact ground 4660 Golf.
Cessna 45 Bravo, it appears they're passing off for left about 2 miles, 2,300, should be no factor.
What if I told you to line up perfectly for the 2 lights right now?
Right?
I mean, you're well off to the left of the runway.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, add a little power, you're high. Add power, add power, add power.
Cessna 80 Papa, go around, offset to the
Okay,
right.
let's get off the runway. We're probably out of runway here.
Cessna 80 Papa, go around, offset to the right, traffic on the runway. Cessna 4 Sierra Papa, runway 31, taxi back each time via Zulu, remain my frequency, advice and terminating.
Will advise when terminate. Taxi back via Zulu, Cessna 49 Sierra Papa.
Cessna 80 Papa, crosswind, your discretion.
I just didn't want you to break your airplane there
Right.
because you kind of ballooned and hung there.
Your
Right.
discretion.
What can you do if it goes up on you?
Charlie, frequency change.
Let's say you balloon like that, or you just flare too high. What can you do?
Well, what you did, or I could just go down.
Yeah, you should probably go around. You know, especially when you're by yourself.
Right.
You know, try it again. You could add power, let it settle down a bit. You know, cushion the fall, but that's more of an advanced technique because how much power, you know, do you add? Why don't we call it a day?
Okay.
Yeah. Let's tell her you're terminating.
For Sierra Papa, we're terminating.
Cessna 4 Sierra Papa, roger, taxi via Zulu, Yankee 2, suggest Juliet, monitor ground.
Zulu Yankee 2 Juliet, Cessna 49 Sierra Papa.
Cessna 8 Sierra Papa, number 1, runway 31, clear for the option, wind 300 at 8.
Number 1, clear for the option, runway 31, 8 Sierra Papa.
I'm off the tower to Tabria 5062 Golf, holding short Yankee 1, ready for departure.
Tabria 506.
You got to get permission. Did we get permission? What did she say? Sorry, I was typing notes.
But she said contact ground and she said Zulu.
Okay, great. Yeah. Sorry, I was caught up in this. I missed that conversation.
Try to advice of going.
What's that?
I'm just trying to go slow as you advise.
Yeah, a little. I mean, this. You know, if you got a straightaway like this with
Right.
nothing to hit,
Right.
you can go probably a little bit faster.
Okay.
It's just when you get into tight areas or where it gets a little lumpy,
Okay.
you know, or over excuse me, over grills. I don't want you to get a prop strike.
Sure.
Yeah, it's $40,000 if you get a prop strike. Like here, it's okay because it's straight and there's nothing to hit.
Yeah, so when we get into that area, I'll try to be slow. Call me out if you think I'm still fast.
Sure. And it depends on the examiner. Some examiners want you to crawl along like a snail, like Tom Hornack. Others are a little more reasonable.
Uh-huh.
How long have you owned this airplane?
All right, the time I started. So July,
Oh, cool.
that was the primary motivation.
What's that?
Well, that was a primary motivation to get a plane, like because I wanted to learn, and I'm.
Yeah, sure. Do you know what, like when you go fly, do you know what your operating costs are? I'm kind of curious to see, like, do you save a lot of money by keeping it in the club?
Do I save money?
Yeah. Like when you rent it, do you have to pay the club per hour, or do they let you fly it for free?
Well, I can choose. I can just try to pay myself, or but the club gets their cut.
Oh yeah, they get their cut, huh? So
Right.
like they get like they get whatever 20 or 25 bucks an hour, right? For
Right,
every yeah.
Right. So if I decide not to pay myself, then not that much money.
I think if you taxi like this, it's fine. This pace.
Okay.
Yeah, that's perfect. That guy in our way? There he goes. What spot are you in?
15.
Where's that? Oh, back there?